Hey noobs, Mr. Frog here. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Mirror 2 Project X, a new Match 3 game that is a sequel to the very successful and popular Mirror 1. Now, before we get into the review, I do want to mention that this game is currently in a very early access state at the time of this review. It's possible a lot of the things shown in this video could change greatly over time. At the moment, the game currently requires no 18+ patch before installing, but this could change at a later date. Now, with that out of the way, the basic premise of the game is that you are a government agent who is currently working at a top secret research lab where different supernatural entities are being held. One of which is a blonde succubus named Leia, whose story is currently the only one accessible. The gameplay in Mirror 2 will mostly be a mix of narrative-driven cutscenes and visual novel segments, with Match 3 battle games in between. During the visual novel segments, you can occasionally make different choices that can alter the events in the story, leading you to different battles, different romance options, and even different endings for the game. This does include bad endings as well, so make sure to think carefully when making decisions. At the moment, the game frustratingly has no save system in place before making a decision, and if you do happen to get a game over, you have to restart the game all over again from the beginning, with none of your upgrades carrying over either. Some sort of checkpoint or saving system would be really nice and welcome addition here, as it can make hunting for all the different endings a somewhat tedious experience. As for the gameplay in the Match 3 segments, it should be familiar to most players of the genre. Your basic goal is to match 3 tiles of the same type, with different tiles having different effects on the game. Certain tiles will deal damage, while others will heal health or restore your mentality. Now, mentality can be spent to use different skills, such as an instant heal or damaging attack that you can mix in between your tile matching. Your enemy will also have their own skills that they can occasionally cast, which can always be checked at the top right of the board with a countdown of when they will use it. You will also have an overall turn limit displayed at the top left of the screen. Once you run out of turns, you will instantly game over, so a careful balance between attacking and healing yourself is required. Before each level, you will also have a chance to prepare by setting your skills and purchasing upgrades. Now, at the time of this review, there are currently no other skills or tiles to select from other than the default ones, so you will mostly just be here to buy upgrades. As for the visuals in the game, they're honestly pretty top-notch. The game is powered by the Unreal 4 engine, and it's quite impressive with what they were able to achieve for the game's very low price point. Both the visual novel segments and the Match 3 gameplay segments have full animations and voice acting, with some of the battle animations being some of the best I've ever seen in a Match 3 game. Now, onto the real content of this game, the H content. Unfortunately though, I do not have the best news for those interested in this game's H content because, well, there really is not any at all at the moment. What the game does have is a hangout segment where you can choose between either your research assistant or the succubus to spend time together. Here, you can choose between 3 different activities to do, all of which will have the same gameplay, which is basically a short Osu-style minigame where you click around. It's a little fan-servicey at times, but there are no H scenes at all in these minigames at the time of this review. I tried to do some research to see if some H content is planned at a later date, but didn't really find anything definitive about whether or not they're planning to do so. So if that is the main thing you're looking for when purchasing this game, definitely be aware of this. And that basically sums up all the game has to offer. While the visuals and animation quality are especially impressive, the game is currently lacking in a lot of areas content-wise. It took me just a little over an hour to play through and unlock all the different endings in Leia's story. The game definitely has a lot of potential. It could very well be a fantastic game for its low price point after some major updates. The devs are promising a lot on this game's Steam page for future content, but it's hard to say how long it will be and how much of it will actually make it into the game. With the added uncertainty of whether or not there will be actual full H content as well, I think it would probably be best to wait and see on this game for those unsure. It's absolutely a fun and visually impressive game, but it's just a bit too early to tell. With all of that being said, Mr. Frog can unfortunately not give this game a true Mountain Dew sip of approval, but I definitely recommend to keep your eyes on this one, as it will be interesting to see where the devs can take this very impressive foundation. Once again, thank you to everyone for all the support, and if you'd like to see more H-game content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure to check out the Mr. Frog stream over on Twitch. Later, noobs.